Yeah, I use them all. Can y'all see me? Number one, for some reason it's not showing up like I'm live. It's still saying. That's weird. Can y'all see me, or is it just not showing me? Yeah, there we go. Alright. Yeah, I mean, I use, yeah, there we go. Alright, we're good. I use all the strategies. It just depends on what the day is like, and I'll give you an example of that. I use all of them for the most part. Some of them I don't use, but I use all of them. It depends on what the day is like. For instance, if we have a big parabolic move, like if we have a huge parabolic move that has a lot of volume with a penny stock that looks very strong, I'll use the 1 minute pullback. Very profitable strategy. I've tested that one. The 1 minute pullback kind of 3-bar play type of thing is really powerful in that area. I also still use the moving average crossover. So if we get like a red to green moving average crossover, I will take that one, and that's a very profitable one as well. You know, I've been testing the latest one that I tested over the weekend, but I've been testing it with live money. And I've been having good results with that. I think I made money yesterday with it. And so, yeah, I mean, yeah, we use a little bit of all of them. It just depends on what the day is like, because like that's going to influence the strategies we trade. Let me know if you guys see anything. Like I said, very slow day. I mean, we got like NBY gapping up, WTHR or WTRH gapping up, but the volume's not really that hot. We got like LE or ELYS, DTIL. But the volume is a little light, to be honest. I mean, Sun W's probably the best right now, even though it's still not good. AMRN, Amarin, man, it's been a while since I've seen this biotech stock. Traded it a lot before. Gevo gapping up a little bit. AHT, KXIN, but I mean, we got some gaps, but it's just a very slow day. Very slow day. POLA maybe, so solar is what's moving, I think. Solar. Hey, good luck, man. Alright, good. Y'all can see me? Alright. Hey, listen, y'all wish me luck. I'm gonna try green tea again today. I'm gonna see if my stomach can handle it. So I slowed down on the omeprazole. I was taking like 40 milligrams of omeprazole per day, and like I just felt terrible. And so I honestly stopped taking it as much. Now I took half of one yesterday, just half of one. And I'm gonna see if I feel better doing it like that. I know I felt better when I woke up this morning. Because now, since my results came back fairly normal, aside from the gastritis and the hiatal hernia thing, then I think maybe I'm having too little stomach acid from these acid reducing drugs, and it makes plausible sense considering the situation. And so that's what we're gonna look at now. I'm gonna try to drink some caffeine and see what's up with that. I don't know, man. Oh, AYRO. I appreciate it. I don't know why I didn't see that one. Yeah, this is the best gap right now, for sure. AYRO, rip it up here. It's at 840s. A lot of people mentioned it today. I'm going to build my watch list right now, but yeah, AYRO is certainly one to watch. Also, CBAT, Solo. These are huge range stocks. So Solo, CBAT, AYRO, looking very good. And then we got like BKYI is almost certainly a split of some sort. It looks like it's a 10 to 1 split. So we'll see what's up with that. FTSI looks interesting. DTIL is all right. WTRH is all right. We'll add that one too. What else we got? SMTS E-L-Y-S. F-E-Y-E. Sun W, and then P-O-L-A for solar. Hey, look at HPR from yesterday though, man. HPR made a huge rip yesterday. Let me look at the catalyst for this. And I think right now, we got like 760s. We got 8. What's up, Shocky? How did you enjoy the tube up the nose? What tube? What? I never had a tube up the nose. What I had was a what I had was an endoscopy. So they like put me to sleep. They gave me some propofol, and I was just out. And I woke up like 10 minutes later, like, yo, what just happened? And they were like, yeah, we went, we put that camera down your throat, and and you have a hiatal hernia and gastritis, but no cancer, And then I found out later that they were checking for Barrett's esophagus. Turns out I don't have any cancer. Like in the last 2 months, I've had an MRI of my brain. My brain's looking healthy, by the way. Very healthy, obviously. Let's be honest here. Everybody knew I had a healthy brain up in here. Y'all know. But aside from that, I've had an MRI. I've had my stomach. I've had a camera go down my stomach. And, I'm good. I'm cancer-free up in here. So, appreciate all the thought and consideration. I really do. Thank you, guys. But, yeah, that's my life right now. But we are finally feeling better last few days. OPTT, Ocean Power Technology. Yeah, we'll watch that one. HPR. What's up, Mike? MYK. Yeah, I mean, AYRO is like the main watch that everybody's watching, and I don't mind trading it either. I like these. Sometimes when we get a big move like this, it's worth watching, And so we're going to watch AYRO. We got some interesting stuff here. This is, yeah, it's up about 25%. I guess this is an EV play. AYRO. Let me know why AYRO is moving. I don't know. It's hard to guess the top, and anybody that claims they can guess the top is just lying to you. What I like to do is look at the daily chart or the max chart here. I think we are currently at 830s right now, and honestly, we broke over the last year's resistance. We had 818 underneath us, 820, 818. I think that's going to play a factor. If we look way back here, we're right around 820s now. We do have some levels, 850 and 860. So I would watch like 850s and 860s. And then above that, we've got like 9s. We'll see what's up. Alright, so I guess the EV sector is just moving today, and that's like AYRO. I guess that is, what we're looking at. But yeah, I would watch like 850s. I'm not saying that's going to be the top, because you never really know. I mean, it's anybody that claims to be able to just flat out predict the top is probably trying to sell people something. You could speculate on it, but if you're gonna be like, yeah, I can always predict the top, or I predicted the top 5 times in a row, like that, they're just trying to sell you something. Yeah, I didn't get the acid tested in my stomach yet, though. I'm just, at this point, honestly, dude, my gastro doctor's kind of a jerk, bro. This dude rushes me off, he rushes me off, and dude, it took like a month just to get into this freaking doctor, bro. This dude rushes me off like, yo, come see me in 4 months, we'll see what's up. And he just gives me a bunch of PPIs, like acid reducers, and then when I feel bad, I have to basically experiment on myself because my doctor ain't doing it. My doctor's not like, yo, you might have low acid levels. He's just kind of like, yo, here, take some PPIs, you know, feel bad, and I'll see you in 4 months. You know, that's what he says. So, you know, we'll see what happens because I'm basically just experimenting on myself with this. But I think having low stomach acid is plausible considering the timeline of my symptoms. I'm pretty sure it's possibly that. And the reason I think it's that is because as soon as I stopped taking the omeprazole, I just felt way better. Way better. You know, like last 3 days, I have felt way better than I did the days before. And it's mostly because, aside from when I also think I have a food intolerance to, like, nuts. Because, like, I got sick. I felt great yesterday. I was trying to make some keto paleo cookies, which I'm usually just going to eat regular cookies. But they used almond flour. And then I got sick after eating those. And so I think I have a nut allergy. And if I could just avoid nuts, I'll be alright. But yeah, we got ARTL, KXIN, POLA. What is the catalyst for EV, though, that's making AYRO push up? Like, what's the catalyst here? Let me see if I can find anything for AYRO. I know you guys are about to hit me with it. Let me see. Alright, so here's one of the newses. FUV is up. Arcimoto reported that the city of Orlando launched a joint municipal pilot program to test ultra-efficient electric vehicles in city fleets. That's one of the EV news releases that came out yesterday or today. What's the EV catalyst team? Let me know. You guys know. There's no news. No, it wasn't. Ben, it wasn't, man. Yeah, I have kefir. I have kefir and kombucha. Trust me, dude. I've been having stomach issues for months now. I've been trying everything. I got like 8-gallon containers of kefir in my fridge. My wife's super mad at me because, like, nothing else fits. It's just all kefir, you know, and kombucha. You know, it looks like I'm a hippie. It looks like straight up like I'm a hippie in my fridge. You go to my fridge, you're gonna be like, damn, you know, John's over here hugging trees, but I'm not. I'm just trying not to feel bad, you know. Yeah. Hey, hit that like button, guys. Yeah, we got 21 likes, 3 dislikes. I don't like that ratio. Y'all hit that like button. But yeah, AYRO is basically the only good-looking stock this morning. So we're gonna watch it. No catalyst. No reason for this thing moving up, and we're gonna watch these levels right here. Yeah, I get that, Anthony. I might try that. My wife actually did buy me some apple cider gummies. We'll see if those help. So yeah, top 3, AYRO, Sun W, and AYRO, Sun W, and WTRH, I guess. And you know it's a bad day when this is one of the top movers. Let's see, AYRO, IDEX, Solo. We're gonna watch Solo. we can watch AMRN too. AMRN, I guess, is at the top. So yeah, we got like AYRO. What is it with the na-na-na-nas? I'm gonna watch Devo too, it's up there. Goalie gummies. Let me see. Oh. Alright, so yeah, these are apple cider vinegar gummies with the mother. Unfiltered, gluten-free, vegan, non-GMO, organic. Here's the problem, though. Here's a fun fact. I've hated vinegar all my life. I hate apple cider vinegar with like a passion. Like that smell, the smell of apple cider vinegar is like the worst smell in the world for me. And you know I was sick because a few weeks ago when I felt really bad, I like took a shot of apple cider vinegar. And you know I was sick because like I would never do that if I didn't have to. Alright, we got like POLA pushing up a little bit. Solar sector's moving some. We got TTNP, which is very cheap, but this one's up. They posted a third quarter loss of 5 cents per share on Monday. Up pretty big yesterday. And so TTNP is worth a watch if you like some of these. ARTL. ARTL doesn't look bad. I do like this one, even though it is a little cheap, but I do like it. Gapping up from 58 cents all the way up to 70 something cents. The company received a clinical trial authorization in the UK for its cancer appetite recovery study for ARTL. We'll watch it at some of these highs, like 90 cents, specifically like $1. You know, I want to see this thing break $1. We can watch it at 75 as well, which is right here. So those are the levels I'm really watching for ARTL. We also have AMRN, which is a Marin. They shared top-line data from its partner's pivotal phase 3 study of Vascepa in mainland China. So positive phase 3 study results for AMRN. So we'll watch it. I think $5 is pretty close to the line in the sand. Maybe 490s. Hey. Shout out to the subs. We all, Jaden, David, man. Appreciate the subs, guys. Welcome to the team. Y'all hit that subscribe button. You know you want to. Yeah. But yeah, AMRN is up as well. But yeah, AYRO is kind of the move, and it's an EV play, and nobody really knows why EV is moving this morning. That may be... Okay, so let's see, Monday was the 16th. Yeah, I don't see anything about that. They posted third quarter results on the 8th. Or on the 6th. It's earlier this month. And I'm just seeing some releases here. It just says several electric vehicle plays spike higher over the last few minutes. AYRO is up 25% since Thursday close. Electromechanica shares are up 4%. Yeah, so we're watching it. We're breaking highs for AYRO. There we go. We're up to 840s here. Hey, what's up, Bubba? Hey, thank you, man. Hey, nah, not because of the stream. I appreciate you always pumping these likes up, though. Y'all hit that like button. Be like Bubba. You know, hit that like button. Honestly, you know I'm kind of mad? You know what I'm kind of mad, man? I buy Lipton green tea, and as the ingredients, they don't actually say anything. They just say green tea on it. Now I'm looking up the ingredients online, and it's got a bunch of, like, citrus and stuff in it. Like, why they gotta lie, man? Why don't they just tell people what's in it? Like, why they gotta lie about it? Yeah, streams weren't running fine for me. I can see when it drops, you know. So like I can see everything when the stream drops. Currently we have 185 people here. Everything's going fine. No dropped frames. I could even like show you a picture of everything, but yeah, we're good. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, this is the stream growth this morning, so like we haven't dropped at all. No drops. You would see a drop in this right here. Like this would go down or back up if it dropped, and it's just not dropping. KXIN. Yeah, if you're having stream issues, Onyx, I would just reset all your stuff, brother. But yeah, AYRO rejected at these highs, and I think 850 is just going to be a more influential level. Now, I'm going to remove this because this is really the level we're watching is 850's $half level. And I like this range right here for AYRO. Maybe if we break over it, we'll get some movement here. Let me know anything that you're watching that I missed. We got a few stuff. I'm mostly going to be watching the scanners today. And so, like, you can see it's like at 830s. You know what I realized is that I never actually looked directly at the camera. But I looked at other streamers and they don't really look at the camera either. And so like, because of that, I think it's just because we got so much going on right now that you just kind of chill right here. I don't think most people look at the cameras. I think most people just kind of hang out. But maybe I'm wrong. Hey, thank you for the subscribe. Welcome. Appreciate it. Y'all be like Shiraz. Hit that subscribe button. Everybody's doing it. Be like them. You know you want to. Hey, you as well, Yeti. Hey, good luck, brother. BKYI. I'm pretty sure BKYI is just a reverse split of some sort. It looks like a 10-to-1 split. So let me see. Yeah, so it's a 1-for-8 reverse stock split. So it's close. It looked like 10, but it was a 1-for-8 reverse stock split. Don't look, it's creepy. Yeah, I thought it was too, kind of, you know. New here, 30 seconds. You convinced me to sub. Hey, welcome, Saint Gang Gang. I appreciate the sub, bro. Welcome in. You know. ZOM. Yeah, ZOM's been popping off and moving some, but I appreciate the sub, Ryan. Welcome, man. Appreciate that. Welcome. I mean, KXIN doesn't really have enough volume for me to be interested in it, to be honest. Just not enough volume there. I don't think, you know. Like really, AYR or AMRN, AYRO is about it right now. I mean, TLGT gapping up. Like we got some like below, we got like some below dollar stocks that we can watch, like NBY, POLA, GEVO, right here. Hey, what's up, Caitlin? Let me see. Oh man, Bubba, you gotta love this face app, man. This one's great. Yeah, I sent those pictures to my wife, and she was like, it took her a little while to realize it was my face superimposed onto there. Hey guys, it's a little bit after 9 o'clock market time. We got about 200 people in here. Oh, we got more than 200 people in here. What's up, team? Good morning, guys. Hope y'all are well today. It's a beautiful day. The market is slow, but we're gonna find stuff to trade today regardless. Hey, I appreciate the sub, Alora. Thank you. Welcome. Be like Alora. Hit the subscribe button. You know you want to. Yes, sir. Hey, we got 234 people in here. I brought some friends. Hey, welcome. Alright, let me get Caitlin in here. How about this new music, though? They dropped some new music. I think it's all pretty good. A lot of these songs are nice, man. I like a lot of these. WTRH. UAVS. They just don't look as good as AYRO, to be honest. We're gonna watch that 850 level, see if that breaks, see what happens there. Yeah. Mate, what is the yellow tool on the chart? The yellow one is the 26 EMA. 26 EMA. Yeah, most of these, I don't think most of the stocks have zero news today. Alright, so the second try in grinding up one of these top step accounts has gone pretty good. You know, All right, here's the second try of grinding up one of these Top Step accounts. And honestly, the crazy thing is that I haven't been down ever. I haven't been down ever in this latest Top Step account. Not at all. Like, I literally haven't lost at all. You know? I mean, I've lost. That's misleading. What I'm trying to say is that I haven't been red in the account ever. You know, I've never broken below my starting equity at all. Look at that. Look at that beautiful graph. Look at that thing, man. What y'all know about that? Alright. Yeah, we're watching AYR. KXIN making the move. Check it out. Yeah, I got you. Oh yeah, KXIN is pushing up. I'm trying to remember what this stock was. KXIN. This is, I think it's EV, if I remember correctly, right? EV? This is a sympathy EV move, I believe. No, this is saying consumer cyclical. Alright, let me look this up. I gotta look up what KXIN is. Oh, getting a little bit of saxophone, you know, in here. I like it. Alright, this is a Chinese automotive stock. Used car dealers. They focus on premium brands, Audi, BMW, Mercedes, Land Rover, and Porsche. Okay, so yeah, they're definitely not EV. So this is not an EV play, it's just an automotive stock. Oh, there we go. Hey, what's up, Caitlin? Hold on, let me fix the sound real quick. Alright. Alright guys, we got Caitlin in here. She's another, you know, trading and business YouTuber. Everybody say hey to Caitlin.
How are you?
Oh, I'm doing okay. I'm going back to drinking my green tea today. We're gonna see if I get sick. We're gonna try. I'm the guinea pig on stream today. That's basically what we're doing, you know.
That's funny.
Thank you for the sub, John. Welcome in, appreciate it. So yeah, we're trying. I've got a little bit of both. I've got green tea and then I've got chamomile, vanilla, and manuka honey, you know.
Jeez, wow.
So yeah, we're trying, you know, we're trying to feel better.
What's your favorite?
To be honest, I like the way the chamomile tea tastes better, but it has no caffeine in it, so it's dead to me, basically, you know.
True, yeah, exactly.
So, you know, but I'm trying to take little baby sips of the green tea. I found out the last green tea I drank had, like, lemon juice in it, which is not going to be good for me. So we're trying this one, but small sips, you know.
Is the one you're drinking now the Lipton one?
Yes.
The one
It's packed with
sketchy
citrus
ingredients?
Yeah. It's messed up because my wife, I was like, hey, get me one that doesn't have citrus. And so she goes to the store, she gets Lipton. And when I look at the ingredients on the Lipton package, it just says green tea, you know?
Yeah.
It's like looking at the ingredients of a hamburger and it just saying hamburger. You know what I mean?
Exactly,
like that's
right?
basically that's the equivalent of what, you know, Lipton did to me. You know,
That's
I blame
funny.
them.
You gotta get like a really expensive quality green tea that
organic.
Exactly, yeah.
That's like super transparent for sure. Like that's what I gotta do. Because Lipton, you know, they're big business, man. I'm just avoiding them in the future.
Right, yeah.
But
it's kind of an OG, right?
Right,
Like,
exactly. You know, they got the plastic, like, cold green teas that everybody drank. I get it. I used to drink them too. But, like, I'm getting old and I can't handle it. No.
Right?
Yeah.
People don't tell you these things when you get older.
Right, for sure. You know, listen, I've had the strongest stomach, and I've told my wife this argument because I basically just don't want to believe that I'm getting that I'm old, I guess. But it's like I told my wife, it's like, dude, I have had the strongest stomach all my life. I could eat whatever I want, whenever I wanted, and now it's like times have changed. You know.
Right? Yeah.
It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. You know.
That's funny. That's funny.
So yeah, so I see KXIN. It is moving up here. It's at 380s. It's moving. Volume's coming in. I like it certainly better now than I did about 30 minutes ago, because 30 minutes ago this thing was dull. At this point in time, we're really just trying to see what's moving because everything's kind of slow. The only real mover is AYRO. It's the only real one that's kind of had, you know, sustainable volume.
Yeah, I don't love KXIN. It's just really choppy.
Yeah. Not enough levels to go off of, I think.
I agree.
But we are looking at AYRO, and I don't mind when one stock just really kind of brings everybody's attention in, because at least that stock is usually pretty reliable.
Yeah.
And so I don't mind those, but like I would like a little bit more movement, I think.
Yeah, sometimes with like one really good stock, it's good for volume and volatility, but
Right.
we want options.
Right, for sure. Too many huge swings when it's just one stock. It usually ends up being okay. Like GTEC the other day, Eric and I were trading those, or that one, like GTEC, and it was like the only one moving.
Yeah.
And it was okay trading it. And I've been green most of this week. And so we'll see if we finish green if we finish green today.
You look at FTSI, it's making a big run.
Let's see, that one's so expensive though. Man, a huge range. The float's got to be tiny. Yeah, the float is 3.5 million. Very small float for that one. Hey, thank you all for the subs. I really appreciate it. Hey, y'all go check out Caitlin's channel. She's got a YouTube channel as well. Don't leave this one, but like go sub to her channel too. Let me find that link.
Make sure to hit the like button.
Right. There we go. All right, so yeah, here's the link. She talks about trading, business, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Is it with the? It's with the C, right? Caitlin with the C.
Mm-hmm. Yep. There's so many ways to spell it.
For sure. Yes, my daughter tried to spell my name Jhon yesterday, and I was just kind of like, who spells it like that? And she was like, oh, my friend's name is Jhon. I'm sitting there like, man, what were his parents thinking? You know?
I feel like I've definitely done that with John, like trying to squeeze that H before the O.
Oh, for sure. The most common misspelling is Jon of my name.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
But like, I get it. You know, people also call me Jonathan when my name's not Jonathan. Like, you know, but that's okay too, because like I've got the most generic name ever. You know.
John.
Yeah, it's the most generic.
Classic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
TTNP, yeah, I've seen TTNP. It's just too cheap. It's just really cheap. It's 25 cents here, you know. And like, I might trade it. I've actually had some okay results trading stocks this cheap, but you know, I don't know. I just don't trust them. Any stock that's 25 cents, I'm naturally very, very skeptical of. And what I've noticed is that most of these stocks, they never end up, like, they might go up 50% or 100%, and so I guess there's enough to attack. But it's like, I guess the only level I really like trading with these is $1. I love trading the whole dollar break because it's just such a big level. But I don't know, these are just too cheap. To be honest, I just haven't tested these enough to really know if I want to trade them or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ross isn't streaming today, so we got more views, and that's why I told you guys. Honestly, my views haven't really been that bad. What happens? Like, what has happened? Like, I have less simultaneous viewers over the last week, right? But if you look at my actual stream numbers every day, like yesterday, I hit like 2,500, views for the stream, and so it's like it might be less simultaneous viewers. But what it is that it's more stable viewers. So it's like because like Ross would end streaming and then we'd get an influx of the views back. And so instead of like 400 or 500 people being there at the open and then like half of them leaving and then just kind of sitting around, it was like 280 or 290 people there at the open, and then that would just maintain pretty stable. I would have anywhere between like 225 and 290 people there live for like hours, you know, and so that made the views equal about the same as like a normal stream, just because we get a huge influx of everybody leaving Ralston coming here. Bro, you don't even know my middle name, bro. My middle name is the craziest middle. My full name, guys, is the most pompous, like, snooty-sounding name ever. Like, for sure. And actually, I'm not, like, my parents did not have that much money, you know. Like, I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, I don't have, like, a really snooty family. Like, it's not like we were living in mansions, you know what I mean? But for some reason, man, they just decided to make my name hella snooty, you know.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's interesting for sure. I'll tell you this, I'm a fourth. You know, I'm a fourth.
Oh gosh.
Yes.
Wow.
And fun fact, my son is a fifth. I tried to end it. I tried to stop it. My dad was even like, no, like, end this, John. Like my dad looked at me like, finish this, and I was like, okay, you know, and my wife was like, oh no, your name is so cool, John. Your name is so cool. We've got to keep it going. And I'm like, what is he going to be, the fifth? What is he, the king of England here? My last name's London already. So he's literally John London the fifth is my son's name. Completely ridiculous. Just absurd. Even people that continue these traditions, what they usually do is they usually just start over and they make the kid the first, you know, and they just start it over. They don't make him the fifth, you know. Crazy. Absolutely crazy.
That's funny.
Yeah, sorry for the rant, but like I've lived all my life.
It.
Yeah, I've lived all my life with this, you know.
I love it. You know, nobody has to know he's the fifth too until he tells people, right?
For sure, they call him Jack. That's why we call him Jack, is because he's the fifth.
There you go.
We don't want to call him that because then it's gonna be too. Yeah. No, no, I'll go ahead and say it. My middle name is Avender. Avender, Avender. So my full name is John Avender London IV. Is my full name.
Pretty name.
Snooty name. So snooty, so pompous, man. People used to sing. I was short as a kid before I hit my growth spurt, and people used to sing "London Bridge is Falling Down" to me. You know.
It has a flow to it. I like it.
Right. My wife liked it too. You know, it's just. I told her she had to live with it. She would understand. You know.
Right.
And I'm already telling my son, like, hey, when you get older and you have kids, do not name him the sixth. Just end it. Just end it. Like, I'm looking at you and time to end it, bro.
That's funny.
Solo is just ripping down right now. Solo is just ripping down. Huge drop. Something happened with this one. And this is an EV play, so maybe the EV sector is moving down here. Let's watch it. Let's see if anything came out for it. But Solo crashing down this morning.
We also have AYRO that's kind of tanking along below the VWAP.
It is, man. I wonder what happened. Let me know, guys. Let me see. Let me check. I'm going to check Benzinga Squawk right here and see if we can figure out why these EV stocks are coming down.
Mm-hmm.
Man, there's a huge article. That came out 10 minutes ago. No, that's not it. Yeah, I don't know why this is happening. EV guys, what's going on with EV stocks? They're just crashing down right now. Sun W is solar too.
Then he says, "Do you have Sir as a prefix?"
I should, you know, Sir Johnny London, you know. No, I don't. At this point, I'm not trying to add any other, like, you know, parts of my name in there. I'm not trying to add another element to my name. My name's long enough and snooty and pompous sounding enough. I'm not trying to add any more, you know.
Funny.
Solo is an EV place that doesn't commercially sell vehicles yet. Where is the big marijuana stock boom? I mean, that was like 2 years ago, bro. Now, you know, not anymore. Right, Royal? Yeah, that's basically how it sounds.
There might be a marijuana boom, like when
Biden?
It's federally legalized, but...
Oh, for sure. Right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I know we did have a bunch of cannabis stocks, like, push up after Biden won. And so that caused a lot of stuff to push up. But like I said, I don't think Biden is really super cannabis friendly. Like, if y'all think Biden is super cannabis friendly, y'all aren't paying attention. You know, and I'm not saying I like or dislike Biden, because really I'm kind of indifferent to it. I'm looking at his policies. But I know Biden has been very open about specifically stating he is against especially recreational cannabis legalization, as well as, you know, he gets a lot of PAC money from pharmaceutical companies, and so he is not the most cannabis friendly person. I mean, Trump wasn't really either, but like, you know, I don't think we'll get a boom from that alone. I think federal legalization, like Caitlin said, is going to be the catalyst, and who knows when that's going to be.
Right. Yeah, I haven't heard him talk much about marijuana at all, but yeah.
Somebody asked the question. Watchlist, I got you. Somebody asked the question: was my biggest stock wins because of skill or dumb luck? I think a little bit of both. I think the real, like, when I had my largest wins, I think I made like $3,000 or $4,000 on TEFs over the last year, and I think the reason I did that, and I think it's a good reason too. I think if you want to grow quickly, the easiest way to do it is to build up profit one day, like have a good day, you know, be up hundreds, you know, if not more, and have a good day, and then take that profit and use it to take bigger swings, right? And I'm not saying you should do this. I don't think a lot of people should. I think you should just have a slow and steady grind up. But I think if you're up $400 on the day, you can use that positive equity in your account to kind of swing some more and take a little bit more risk on the day, since you already have a cushion. And I think that's the way you make these huge gains. And that, I know when I made that $3,000 or $4,000 win, it was exactly like that. I had already built up like hundreds of profit, and then I just took a big swing and it worked out. But there's a lot of different ways. But yeah, I think dumb luck is certainly in there. I think the trade I remember is I was shorting Uber, and it was right after, like, I got lucky. I was in Uber short, and then California put out that they were suing Uber. They had a class action lawsuit against Uber for designating their drivers as independent contractors. And then that dropped as I was short in Uber, and I just made thousands of dollars within like 2 minutes, you know. And so I got very, very lucky. But yeah, that was my largest gain. I think I have a video on it. If you guys want to see the video, stick around. I'll post it a little bit later. They say if you invest $500 into EV stocks, you will be rich. I mean, you gotta find low represented EV stocks, like underrepresented stocks. Sorry, Caitlin, do I talk too much? I feel like sometimes I'm just like rambling. I'm just so used to doing it, so I just kind of ramble.
No, not at all.
Biden is one of the architects of the war on drugs. Yeah, I mean, I think he's against it now, and I do think people can change, but I don't know if Biden has. We'll have to wait and see. I'm very neutral when it comes to that. Like, I agree with Biden in a lot of different ways too, but that is one area where I'm skeptical.
And things have changed so much. Like, I'm sure when the war on drugs were announced, I'm sure that was like everybody kind of thought that would work, you know.
Right.
Like, of course they wouldn't implement a thing that they didn't think would work, you know, and obviously it didn't, but
Right.
life's all about living and learning.
For sure. And, you know, I do think now that we've learned, it's time though. But because I think a lot of the left is pushing social issues as the reason to elect them, right? I think Biden, and that people got to understand, some people on the right are just pro-business, and some people on the left are just want improvements in social issues, and like both of those things are understandable. But I do think that if people want improvements on social issues, like if you are rooting for the left and you do want improvements on social issues, cannabis legalization is going to be one of the most impactful things that you can do to help the minority communities, especially in places like New York and you know, some of those really hard states. And I think that doing so, you got to look at it from that area, and I think for that reason it should be one of the more important things that they work on, but for some reason it's not.
Right, exactly, yeah.
Do you have a daily goal in mind, or do you just take the day as it comes? I'd like to just react. I don't just take the day as it comes, but what I do try to do is, it depends on how the day is. Really, if I'm losing over $200 on futures, I stop trading. And if I'm losing over like 30 or 40 bucks in penny stocks, then I'm stopping. My goal is to make 30 or 40 bucks, and obviously I should have a goal twice that much for 2-to-1 ratio. But I think during my testing, I'm just kind of using a 1-to-1 ratio for my trading, and you know, I'm okay with a 1-to-1 ratio so far. The big thing you want to understand is that, like in penny stocks, I'm still kind of in a testing phase to see what strategies, and I've built a few different systems, and I like some of the strategies in them, but I'm still kind of testing as time goes on. You know, I think that I've actually set a date, like in the next week, I'm going to be adding some more equity to my account. I'm going to take some larger swings, but I am in a little bit still of a testing phase with pennies. Watch list? Okay, I got you. Hey, we got 340 people in here, 131 likes. Smash that like button, guys. You know you want to. Everybody's doing it. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Let's make some money today, team. I got you for the watch list. Here, I'm gonna put your link, and if you guys want to check out Caitlin's channel, she runs her own YouTube as well. I'm gonna post it in the description. I think we still got Eric's in the description. Eric, if you're listening, bro, you gotta pay me my royalties, bro. You know, and I think it's been in the description for like weeks now. You know, even when he's not on stream.
Love it.
Yeah. But yeah, so AYRO. All right, let me get my watch list. KXIN.
AYRO might be a good one because it has a pullback.
Right.
So, off that. What are you guys watching in the chat?
All right, so yeah, let us know what you're watching. I'm gonna build my watch list real quick. I'll post it in a second once I'm finished. Really, it's not a huge watch list. I think this is about it. I might watch like UAVS and what was it? TTNP. That's about it. That is my watch list right here. Alright, but yeah, AYRO is pulling back. I don't hate it. I don't hate it pulling back, like you said. I would prefer it to pull back instead of just open up super extended. Another one that is kind of on my list, it's a little bit expensive for a penny stock, but HPR had a really strong day yesterday. Sun W is solar, pulling back a little bit. And then the overall market, here's the SPY itself. The overall market is ripping up here. I mean, that's what I do, man. I mean, yeah, I don't exclusively trade it, but when I trade futures, that's what I'm trading. I'm trading the SPY and the E-mini. Hey, we almost got 400 people in here, guys. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We day trade live on stream for free, showing all the different aspects of our trading every single day. So y'all hit that sub button.
Do it.
Yeah, so AYRO is certainly the main watch. The market itself, I might go over the market news real quick, guys. I know a lot of y'all are here for penny stocks, but we're going to look at the SPY too. Mnuchin came out and said a bunch of stuff on CNBC that's influencing the market. I'm going to go ahead and read this ETF preview, and it says, quote, stock futures were mixed to lower ahead of the opening, with both the S&P and Dow Industrial in the red, while NASDAQ logged modest gains following news that Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin had informed Fed Reserve Chair Jerome Powell that he wants to curtail several credit and stimulus programs the central bank oversees. In a rare public statement, the Fed responded that it would, quote, prefer that the full suite of emergency facilities established during the COVID pandemic remain in place. On the thin economic calendar of Baker Hughes domestic oil and gas rig count at 1 p.m. Eastern, Fed Reserve officials, Richmond President Thomas Barkin and Atlanta President Raphael Bostic speaking at 9 a.m. That was 27 minutes ago, so you can look up what he said there. And then basically in commodities, crude is up 0.2%. The U.S. oil fund is down 0.7%. Natural gas is down 2%. U.S. natural gas fund is 2% higher. Gold's up 0.1%. Spider Gold Trust is down 0.03%. Silver's up 0.6%. And the iShares Silver Trust is up 0.1%. That's the market news today, guys. We're going to get the bell opening in about a minute and a half. It's the same person, Austin. I appreciate it, Bubba. Yes, sir. Good luck. Watch if you don't know. Learn if you can't figure out. And patience is key. What is this music? Weird. There we go. Alright guys, let me get this ready. We're gonna trade live, see what happens. Wish us luck.
Do it. I feel confident about today. Usually Fridays are pretty slow, but I don't know. I have a feeling.
I hope so. I hope we get some good moves. We should, I think. You know, we should be alright.
Yeah.
There we go. Alright guys, let's do this. Alright, so yeah, we're gonna have AYR up on the scans. Yeah, we're at 750s. We'll watch there. We'll watch it under 720s here. Here's the bell, guys. Good luck. Alright, there's the bell. Alright, AYR up at 760s. AYRO. My computer's so loud, man. Why?
Rocket ship.
Yeah, man. There it goes. I hear it. You know, y'all can probably hear it too. CBAT. Move it up to 820s. There's AYRO dropping. NTRP showing up on the scans. NTRP. Yeah, weird how it's right at the opening bell. I guess all these stocks are moving more. Solo crashing down. AYRO gonna drop with it. AVEO showing up though. AVEO. Sun W might be crossing over here.
You guys. Dang.
Yeah, up to 830s. And so I was watching.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I was watching Sun W, but it's pulling back too much.
Yeah. I'm still watching AYRO a little bit.
Yeah, I don't mind if that one pulls back. The big one I think moving right now, guys, is KXIN. KXIN is getting some volume coming in, and then NNDM too. But yeah, look at KXIN, guys. I think this one might start to hammer up. We'll see. Breaking highs for KXIN. See if we can jump in. Oh, it's just about to take some of KXIN right there on that new candle that opened. Yeah, big move right now is KXIN over 4, guys. There's the rip. Didn't catch any strategies. There's the pre-market high break right now. Very strong. We'll look for a pullback to like 4. We need a new candle, so we're gonna look for a pullback to 4 after a new candle opens up. There's 4. There's 420, everybody's favorite number. CBAT pulling back some. OGEN showing up. PEIX. Alright, so here's the new candle about to open up here. It should not take that long to get filled with the market order, think or swim. Alright, we're in it. But man.
I know, we don't have Eric here doing the one-click order. Or the
yeah.
Order.
Alright, we scalped that one. $9 win. Maybe it continues to push up. But again, I talked about that, exactly what I was going to do. I was a little bit late, and it should have been a larger win, to be honest. even if this thing squeezes up, I wasn't trying to take advantage of that. I was just trying to take advantage of this little mini pullback in that range attack. But I talked about a pullback to $4. We broke the pre-market high, and we pulled back to $4, and that's what I jumped on there. We didn't quite get filled at the level I wanted to. I ended up getting filled 10 or 15 cents higher, so it would have been twice as big of a win. But a small win nonetheless early this morning, so we're gonna wait. We're only 3 minutes into the market day, and so we'll wait and see what else we get. We're just scalping a little bit right now. POLA showing up. POLA, AYRO, kind of starting to fight back a little bit here. PEIX, guys, man, that's actually a good day. You were right. Volume's coming in. So we have PEIX, Solo starting to look like a red to green move. CBAT, KXIN, AYRO, Sun W, all look kind of strong, and they all have decent volume. NNDM, guys, as well. NNDM is lower volume than some of these other ones, but it is making some pretty big moves here. I think if CBAT can hold at 850, it actually looks really strong here too. Yes, sir. Hit that like button. We got 185 likes, 450 people here. Hit that like, team.
I'm looking at AYRO.
Yeah, I like that red to green move it's doing. Very strong.
Yeah, KXIN has a pullback. Let's see what happens there.
My computer's kind of lagging a little bit. Market breaking lows. Come on. Yeah, I gotta wait a second, team. I don't want my computer to just, I think what I'm gonna do. Oh my gosh. Let me exit out of some stuff here, see if that helps. Yeah, I got a little bit too much up, I think.
That sink or swim. Weird.
Yeah. There we go. All right, I exit out of some stuff. It should help. But yeah, Thinkorswim just eats memory, though. There's the crossover, though. We got the crossover. We got a nice rip up here over 8s. Looking very strong. Let's watch the pre-market high up there at 848s and 850. Let's see when it breaks that.
Yeah, I've definitely the past week have been waiting the first 5 minutes in the market just to kind of test everything out, see what's looking good.
Right. And I think that's wise, especially with how Thinkorswim has been.
Yeah.
I don't hate this little pullback on PEIX. It's holding for the most part. Nice little risk. So we're watching this little pullback here for PEIX. Big range.
It's awesome, G size. $300 crossover, red to green. Awesome.
Nice. Love this channel. Hey, appreciate it. Some W. What'd you say? What was that?
BLNK is kind of ripping. It's kind of expensive, but.
Yep. CBAT is too, kind of bouncing. Solo breaking under some big levels, looking weak. I'm looking at PEIX here. I'm trying to think if I want to jump in. I might jump in with 50. Alright, so we're with 50 shares here, very small. It is a big range stock though, so we got to be careful with this 50. Let's see if we get these moves up. Sun W, guys. Look at Sun W, SUNW.
NW is testing that VWAP resistance. I think that's become one of my favorite indicators. Like, I'm definitely kind of newer to day trading, and I think the VWAP has definitely become one of my favorite like resistance support levels.
Oh, for sure. It's a great level. It really is, and you know, it's mostly just a day trading level, so that's probably why you're just using it. But it's just super valuable. Like it identifies trends so well. I did an interview with Ben Zinga last weekend, and I talked about Mitch was the interviewer, and he asked me, he was like, what's your favorite indicator? And I kind of explained it there. The VWAP is so good at identifying short-term trends. Like that's what you do with the VWAP. You just identify trends. And if you do that, it's really easy to see like trend changes. So like red to greens breaking over the VWAP and then holding really nice trend changes. Just a really powerful indicator.
Right.
AYRO is moving up. I'm in PEIX, small shares, up a little bit. And we're going to let this work and see what we get here. We need to break 630.
So Essie, I know this isn't a penny stock, but Essie says Tesla, views on Tesla. I like Tesla. It's definitely one of the... I don't know. It's time for it to be in the S&P 500.
For sure. Yeah, it's time, certainly. It's just such a lot of S&P is just influence as well, and Tesla is certainly influential. Just a lot of people watch it, trade it every day.
Yeah, but I definitely like it. We'll have to see in the next 5 years where they go, because they definitely obviously are one of the leading manufacturers in EV vehicles. So I don't know. We'll have to see, like, with all the mainstream kind of like the bigger companies, vehicle companies coming out with vehicles. We'll see.
Look at CBAT, guys. Watch, see if CBAT rips. Hey, thank you, Yellow. I appreciate this bro. Alright, so we are getting a squeeze here. Oh my gosh, I'm lagging so much. I might actually exit this just because we're lagging so much right now. I really don't like this lag. I like this move on PEIX. I guess I'm going to let it work. 35s.
AYRO is kind of pushing back up.
We just jumped out of there for a little $6 win. I'm just lagging so much, guys. I got to let my computer cool down a little bit. And I think I'm just attacking this range is what you see me doing a lot of scalps, and so even if this thing rips up, I see people all the time, they're like, John, it ripped up, and it does hurt sometimes, I'll be honest, but all I'm really trying to do is attack this range right here instead, because I think this range is a lot more reliable. I think if you get in on these high breaks, you're just going to get squeezed and faked out a lot, and even though you might win, more than you lose, when you lose on those, it's going to really hurt your account, and that's what I'm really learning.
We have Mara, M-A-R-A.
Let's see.
Almost making high dues.
But with this latest trade, I am green slightly on the week, and so we'll see if we find anything else.
Very good.
Close to break even, but we're green enough.
Green is green.
Right. I'll take it. Tesla might be pulling a red to green move. Look at that. Here's the thing with Tesla. If you're looking at Tesla, I know it's a little bit different than what we usually trade, but look at the previous closing price right now, guys. The previous closing price is at $499.27. It's also the highs of the day. And so that might be either a big support level or a big resistance level. It's going to be a big support or resistance level depending on what happens, but it might reject that too. If it does break above it, it might really run, because that's the level where Tesla goes from red to green on the day. So it's red right now. It's below this light blue line right here, which is the previous close. If we get above it, it's turning from red to green on the day. Yeah, MARA, which is crypto related. Let me see what Bitcoin's doing. But yeah, MARA ripping up here at 330s. Bitcoin is pushing up big too. It's at 18,655. And so that is the catalyst driving MARA, Riot, and some of these other ones up. It's just bullish move on Bitcoin.
The sound of the computer fan hurts my soul.
Yeah, honestly, it stresses me out.
Yeah, I just got the new MacBook Pro with the M1 chip, and
Nice.
the fan, I haven't heard the fan kick on once.
Right. Yeah, those are... Honestly, you gotta love Macs, though. Like, I talk some smack about Macs, but, like, low-key, I love using them. Like, they're super intuitive and just easy to use.
They are. And I don't know, I don't know what it is. I'm trying to figure out, like, what Apple does. Okay, and I want to say it's the trackpad and, like, the smoothness and everything of the trackpad, but I don't know. It's just, like, everything is just so easy.
Yeah. It's the software, I think. The software. It's the OS. Like, Apple has a great operating system, and it just makes it really intuitive, really easy to get around. Yeah. And their UI people did a great job, like, for the last, like, 20 years, really. Their UI people have done great with just making it really addicting to use.
Right. Exactly. That's the word. Addicting.
Right. And like I said, I'm a PC guy. You know, I have I have a Lenovo Legion, so I have like Lenovo, which I really like, and you know, a few gaming PCs. But my daughter and my wife both have Apple, and you know, it's mostly just because they're not, they don't need that super, you know, heavy computer.
Yeah, I use a laptop. I connect my laptop to, I have 2 monitors as well that I connect it to. But yeah, the hardware of laptops really haven't changed a lot. I have a PC from 2013, and I'm looking at my new laptop, and like, besides the ports, the lack of ports, there's not much difference in the hardware, in the external hardware at least.
Right. Yeah, Rob Roy says Apple is pseudo-smart in my opinion. It's very limited and controlled. It's a closed system. And so they basically have a monopoly is what it is. Like, that's really what it is. And they plan that out from the beginning. You know? Right. Like, Steve Jobs and what's his name, and what's the programmer for Apple?
Steve Wozniak.
Yes, Steve Wozniak. So Wozniak wanted an open system like modern PCs, and like PCs back in the day too. And Steve Jobs was just kind of like, nah, you know, I want it to be closed. I want them to buy Apple products to use them, and that's why we're in the current state. That was kind of Steve Jobs' vision for it, and you can't blame him. I mean, it's certainly a more profitable business model.
Yeah, definitely. And I think, I don't know, it is more profitable, obviously, but I think it has made the system better.
For sure. I think so, too. I think when everything fits really well together, that, you know, it runs smoother. And that might be why they're so addicting, too.
Exactly, right.
Yeah, we heard that news yesterday, guys. I don't know if you guys heard that news, but Apple, I think it was Apple. Yeah, Apple had to pay, it was like $200 million or something like that. It was something around there because they had to settle for like a little bit less than $200 million because they were being charged with intentionally giving old iPhones updates that would make them slower and thus push more sales for new products.
Within the software?
Yes. And so they would send out through data and Wi-Fi or whatever it is, they would send out these updates to these old iPhones, I guess, and slow them down intentionally. At least that's what the lawsuit, pure speculative opinion, but that's what the lawsuit suggested, and they settled, which is telling in my opinion.
Right. Yeah. It's definitely a monopoly.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, KXIN is ripping up here. Let me see. I made a little bit of money on this one today. Looks like I should have held. But honestly, I don't mind my little $4 dip buy. It was kind of, you know, quick little dip at $4. I'm still watching the SPY for potential futures trades as well. Tesla did end up breaking over 500, and man, it looks like I sold PEIX a little bit too soon, but hey, I'm attacking that range on PEIX, and you know, I'm okay with it. Sun W, ripping up too here. Sun W, watch it around 525, that's the pre-market high. So watch it there. Yeah, KXIN is the big move though. I'm also seeing like I know Caitlin mentioned it earlier, Blink, BLNK, which is a charging station and EV play. POLA is ripping up, about to test 5. And then another one that I haven't seen before, BWEN. BWEN, I'm not sure what the sector is for this one, but it's pushing up some as well. What did AYRO end up doing? Okay, so AYRO, watch that one as well. I don't mind that little dip buy. It's honestly a really great day for penny stocks.
I feel like AYRO would be an Eric Green.
Yeah. Right, he would be all on that thing. You know. Sun W ripping up, breaking highs, like I said. Just broke pre-market highs.
In the chat, OSTK.
Overstock. I didn't even know Overstock was still around, to be honest. But yeah, they're at $62 now. Let's see. Yeah. I mean, they've been coming back, I guess, but
yeah.
I guess what I think is the pandemic is causing this to, because before the pandemic they were struggling, but it makes sense now considering, you know, you buy bulk stuff online that people are going to be using them right now. POLA though, it's up at highs. We might test $5. Let's watch for that. Sun W is looking pretty strong still. VXRT. Yeah, they wouldn't settle if there was no proof. Yeah, that's my thoughts exactly. Like, it doesn't mean they're guilty, but it definitely is very telling, I think. I think a company like Apple does not want that. Settling seems guilty for Apple. Not for everybody. Sometimes you settle just to make it go away, but Apple settling something like this, you know they had some type of proof.
Kind of, I don't know. I want to say, is it bad that I want to say, like, to each their own, like, if Apple wants to slow down their software on their old phones, like, sure, you know? But, like, I completely understand why it shouldn't be a thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I think especially in our current, like, technological age that, like, there's so much that you can do and that you're capable of doing, like, for stuff like this. There's so much shady stuff that you have the power to do now. And so I think that there should be some legislation against that. Just because I think that these companies, man, like, they know what you're doing. Like, they know what you're doing. Like, they're data companies, most of them, and you know, a lot of them know what's up, and so if you give them that power, I don't know. I think I'm naturally biased towards PCs as it is, though, but you know.
Right. It's just all of these big tech companies. It's hard because the internet has been around for such a short amount of time, and government doesn't really know what to do. They're like, right. How do we, like, restrict this and kind of, I don't know, help it not be as much of a monopoly, you know?
Right. They try to keep it in check. It's kind of like Roosevelt and Rockefeller. You know, back in their age, Rockefeller created a pure monopoly with the tire industry, and he basically started buying out the middlemen and just controlling everything. And Roosevelt had to come in and change that and restrict that a little bit. And I'm a capitalist myself. Like, I'm capitalism, you know, and sometimes this is just what happens with capitalism. But I believe in capitalism, but there should be certain restrictions, in my opinion.
Right.
On specifically these huge corporations that are just kind of, especially like you said, internet's wild west basically the last 30 years. It's just growing so fast, You know, that it's hard to keep up with the government. It's hard for the government to keep up.
For sure. And it's the government, so it takes forever and a year to do anything.
Right. For sure. Riot's still pushing up, so I'm guessing Bitcoin is still moving here. Yeah, so we'll see if Bitcoin starts to break 1870s, 18,700s. I might look to buy some Bitcoin stocks real quick for like a scalp if we do get that break right here. So we have this level right here at like 18,600, 18,700. We're going to watch that to see if we break. We got some sideways movement now, and I will tell you this, the SPY itself, the market itself right now is dropping. So let's watch that to see what, see what comes from this. Hey, nice. Let's see. Made over 18K, or made 18K on Overstock. Bought in March at 290. Wow. Overstock was at 290. Or are you talking about like options? Let me see. It's gonna be crazy if you bought at $2. You were not lying, man. Yeah, it was at 250s in March. Crazy, crazy.
Wow.
Honestly, this year's so weird with the COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And I've said it before, I think if you're in investing, guys, like if you're in investing, and if you're in trading in general, I've talked about this a lot before, but I'll say it now, you get, every now and then, you get these big opportunities to profit, on obvious profits, right, on self-evident sectors and like stories in the market, I guess if you should say, on very self-evident things. They don't happen all the time, but you do get them every few years. You'll get something really, really easy to profit from. And like, I do think COVID was one of those things. I think once COVID hit, a lot of people, there was just so much opportunity when COVID hit. Buying online companies, understanding what's going to happen and buying those. And I think those opportunities don't present themselves every day, obviously, but I do think waiting for those opportunities, if you're specifically an investor, is a really smart move. Like my man, two over there. We're getting a big drop in the market, guys. So just to give you guys a heads up, market is tanking down. Dare I say tanking? People get mad at me for saying tanking, but I think this is a justifiable use of it. Here's the SPY. Look at this. This is the SPY right now. We just broke lows, broke under 357s. We're at 356.60. So the market ripped down. That might influence the rest. Still watching AYRO, and Sun W is honestly still very strong.
Mm-hmm.
So Sun W is at 550s. Looks good.
How was trading yesterday?
It was good. 3 trades for me in penny stocks, 2 green, 1 red. Green in futures, made like $80 I think in futures. So it was a small day. It was slow, but not bad.
Yeah. Yeah, I usually trade every day, but there's been 2 days in the last like few months that I haven't traded. But I took a data SAS test exam. Are you familiar with SAS at all?
Oh yeah, with for programming, correct?
Yeah.
So isn't SAS? I've never used SAS, and so I've heard it before, but I've never actually done it. What is that, like data storage?
Yeah. It's really just organizing data and stuff. But I took that test. I was so nervous for it, but I passed, so
nice.
We can celebrate.
Yeah. Hey, programming is super. It takes a long time to learn, but once you start to click it, it'll click. It'll become easier, and it's one of those things where it's like you learn one thing, you learn one kind of part of it. You might take a little bit to learn a different language, but the concepts are the same. You know?
And it really is like a proper language. Like
Oh,
if
for sure.
for instance, like Spanish, you can kind of learn a bunch of other languages based off of the Latin derived language, you know? So
Right.
it's kind of like you have that knowledge, and once you have that knowledge, it's stuck in there. But yeah, it's cool. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's got its own, basically, it's got its own like vocabulary, syntax. It's got its own grammar rules, basically, like
Yeah.
how strict. I know, like for instance, Python is a very free language. It's not very strict at all. You can, Python, you can basically just write out what you're thinking, and it's very easy to understand. Where you go to something like C, and C is not very free. It's not very lenient language, and so it's interesting. But they're certainly languages, and that's the interesting part. They're just text languages.
Right. Yeah. No, it's crazy. It's cool though, like how particular one language is over another, and like I don't know. It's awesome. Everybody should learn programming, I think, especially nowadays.
For sure. I think it teaches you how to think. And I think Bill Gates said that, and that's kind of where I'm getting it from. But I do think it teaches you how to think correctly, specifically problem solving. Because I'll tell you this, when I first started to learn programming, I was a terrible problem solver. And then once I really delved deep into it, it taught me how to problem solve. Like, that's what it did. It taught me how to have a system and a process of problem solving. And I think that is something a lot of people don't have. And, learning programming will help you be a better problem solver. It'll teach you how to think a little bit.
Yeah, 100%. KXIN is making high of days.
Interesting. Yeah, this one's big. I made a little bit on it this morning, but I like the VWAP bounce there. It's ripping up, looking strong. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of with you, Monster. I've never learned C. C's not one I've learned. I know Python, JavaScript, a little bit of, mostly in JavaScript. I know like React is mostly what I mess with nowadays. I've been trying to finish up with React Native, but I'm still not 100% done with it.
Yeah, one of my first programming classes was C++.
Oh yeah, that was mine actually too, and I passed it because I think my instructor was just nice, but I came out not knowing anything,
Little petty pass.
Yeah. It was so long ago. This must have been like 10 years ago. My wife actually. This was when my wife and I, before we had kids. It must have been like 11 years ago, 12 years ago. We were in school together, and we took C++, just completely oblivious to what it was. And it wasn't like beginner C++ either. It was like one step up from that. And so like everybody in there was like already programming, and they were just kind of trying to get certified or whatever for their degree. And like we're in there like, what? How do you say hello world? What? The teacher was nice, and he gave me a C when I certainly didn't deserve it. He just gave me a C anyway.
Yeah.
I never had the patience for it. Forgot to put in one semicolon, and it crashes. Yeah, that's basically programming, as it is.
Yeah.
Basically, it depends on the language, though. Like there's some languages that don't need, like JavaScript. Like technically, it's standard to put semicolons. I guess the way in JavaScript is you either have to always put semicolons or never. It can't be both. I never put semicolons, but it's less strict in that regard.
Yeah, I don't know. I've always used semicolons, but yeah, he's right. Like if you don't put a parenthesis or something,
right, fail. Yeah. All right. I've heard these songs before. Hold on. No. He gave it was like a base C. Like he gave me like it was like 1 point away from a D, which I was happy with, because honestly I kind of took that class and was like, because I'm allowed to basically in community college, which is where this was, you can, even if you fail a grade, you can just kind of drop it. You know, you get to pick like one or two, I think, that you can just kind of throw away. I can't remember what it's called, but I was planning on doing that with his class, and then he gave me a C, and I was just kind of like, well, damn. You know, he's a nice guy. He was you know, he knew we didn't know what we were talking about, but he still, you know, he still did it anyway, you know. Let me put this up real quick. I'm listening to this music too much to me. Okay, there we go. But when I, you know, that was, I must have been like 19 at that time, but 19 or 20 at the time. But when I came back to programming, I remembered some of the stuff he taught me, and so I think it did help. And I think remembering, you know, you did the whole thing. I do remember how long it was just to say hello world and C. You know, I remember how long it was. With JavaScript, or with Python, for instance, it's just kind of like print, parentheses, hello world. You know, that's it. That's all you got to do. JavaScript, it's like, what is it? JavaScript is not console.log. You can do an alert with JavaScript, I guess, and you know, there's a lot of different ways to do it in JavaScript. But I remember with C, it was hella difficult, you know.
Have we changed that much in the last 10 years, programming? Yeah. Right?
Yeah, programming evolves. Different languages get picked up, and you know, a year ago, I'm sure like Ruby and a few other more so obsolete languages were really the languages to learn. Nowadays, I think the newest ones are like Vue, and these are not really languages, they're more libraries, but the programming evolves. Like the languages, it's one of those things where it's like you can learn a specific language and that's great, but like what you really should focus on is just learning the concepts of programming, because those are going to be universal for the most part. And when I say concepts, I just mean like object-oriented programming, conditional values, conditional statements is what I mean, like Boolean, true, false, you know, and stuff like that. Like learning the concepts of programming is the more universal way to learn, as opposed to like learning just one language and being stubborn with the language, you know.
Right. I agree. AYROs making, it's very volatile. The range is huge.
For sure. Let's see if we get over this 820 level. I might take some if we do.
Make sure to hit the like button, guys.
Alright, I'm in AYRO. I'm gonna try to pull this up so I can. I'm up $27. No.
Gosh, this range. Crazy.
We made $18 from it. It would have been a lot more. I tried to pull it up for you guys. But it looks like I got out just in time.
Wow.
Whew, glad I scalped that. Oh my gosh, man. I'm glad I scalped that thing, dude. Look at that. Oh.
What the hell?
Yeah, I was up like $30 too, and I wanted to show you guys the trade, but it took so long to hang up. $18 is good. I mean, I'm up like $40 today right now, so like I'm happy, but you know, it's a green week.
Handle.
Yeah. Just brutal. I'm glad I got out when I did too. I think I would have been super tilted if I would have held through that. You know, super tilted. Even if I would have had like a quarter position, that thing would have just stole all my profit away on the day.
Oh my gosh. But I also have faith in it coming back since it's so volatile.
Right.
I don't know.
It bounced at 750, and so I think 750 is the line in the sand for me. I think if it starts to break 750 on the downside and pushes back closer to 7, then it can really rip down and break lows and get halted and do a bunch of crazy stuff on the downside. So I'd be careful if it does. But yeah, I caught the scalp going up, and I tried to call it out. It was one of those trades that was so fast that I I didn't really have time to talk about it that much because I told you guys before I got in, I was like, yeah, if it starts to push up there, then I'm going to jump in. And luckily it just went from like 7.15s up to like 8.15s up to like 8.40 in like a second. And that's when I took that first profit. And then when it started to come back down, I just got out as soon as I could.
Huh.
But hey, good Friday. I mean, 3 green trades. I'm up like $40 today. I will take it, you know.
Yeah.
Green week now. My biggest loss this week was like a $30-something loss. And aside from that, every day's been green. So, green week.
Can't complain there.
Right. Yeah, it was a little shady though with AYR. That's just a huge squeeze down. I'm also looking at a Solo, SOLO.
I'm kind of surprised it wasn't halted. AYRL.
Yeah, honestly, I'm surprised it didn't squeeze higher. Like, on that move up to 830s, like a huge move like that, like, we had 1.5 million shares of volume come in, and so I'm surprised that that didn't cause it to test that 850 or 848 pre-market high.
Right.
Because, like, that's like the high of the day, and usually we get a test up there, it looks strong, but, you know, it just rejected big. I think, I'm not going to say, let me think of the best way to put it. I think a big trader sold there. I'll say that. I'm not going to say who I think it is, but I think a big trader sold there. And that's what we've been seeing. Maybe I'm wrong. It could have just been a normal, you know, squeeze, which it was a squeeze of some sort no matter what. It just depends on what caused the squeeze. Thank you for the sub, Jimmy. Appreciate the love, bro. Y'all hit that subscribe button. Do it now. Click the sub button. Hit that like button. Also, here, I forgot to put Caitlin's link in the description. So y'all go check out the description, or y'all go check out this link. I'm gonna post it in the chat. It's Caitlin's channel. Y'all go sub to her, and I'm gonna put it in the description if you guys want to see it too. Hey, yeah. We got 200 likes.
Thanks, Jimmy. Says love the down to earthness? Question mark. Is this a word? Sure. Let's create a word. Earth.
Right. Yes, you know. Your channel's called TheMoneyHUD, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There we go. Yeah. So you can check it out in that link I just posted, guys. You can also see it in the description. Right now, I'm looking at Solo. Solo breaks 960s, previous closing price. It might get interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of holding that level at the, what is it, like the 940 price? 940 level? Kind of holding. Let
me see. This might be that new study that I tested, that new strategy I tested.
With the VWAP crossover?
Mm-hmm, it is. And so we did just get that crossover, and now we're squeezing up, attacking that range. And I could tell just by looking at it, because it's kind of like a cup and handle setup. And like, what the only influential thing that's different is the previous closing price right there at 964. So like that's a big level, but like it looks like it.
All right. Guys, we just hit a very small but prominent milestone on my channel and hit 100 subscribers.
Wow.
So, thank you.
Hey, yeah, y'all go sub to her channel. Let's help her break 1,000.
Yeah, my goal.
It goes much faster once you get bigger too. Like that's the thing. So like, I think with my channel, like this channel, it took me like a year to hit like 300 subs, right? It took me like a year. And
yeah.
I was doing a lot of stuff wrong looking at the time. Mostly I just wasn't uploading. So like I took like a year break on my channel. Like I uploaded a bunch of videos and then I just stopped uploading for like a year. And the only reason I came back to the channel was because like during that year I didn't upload anything. It was like 2017.
Mm-hmm.
I started to kind of watch it, and I started to kind of get notifications like this person subscribed, and then I went back and looked, and I had like 300 or 400 subscribers, and I was just kind of like, damn, you know, that's not bad. And then I was like, well, I guess I'm gonna keep trying to update and you know, do everything. Yeah, there's the setup and there's the crossover. So this one worked. This is the third or fourth one I've seen this week work out beautifully for Solo. Here's the crossover. It's the 26 EMA and the moving average cross. Uh, there's the cross there, and you can see this nice, beautiful rip. Happens a lot. But yeah, so I came back that was the only reason I ended up, continuing to post on the channel, is for that reason. It's just because it started to grow even when I wasn't posting.
Well, good thing you kept at it, right?
Right. I almost just didn't do anything about it. I almost just didn't. I almost just forgot about it, really. And I think a lot of people, yeah, solo was solid, man. But I think a lot of people do that. I think a lot of people are small, and I think the first 100 subscribers are really the hardest to get. And I think after that, it grows a lot faster. Especially once you break 1,000. I told Eric, the real way to grow is keywords and titles, or thumbnails, keywords, and titles. It's more so than anything your thumbnail and title. Your keywords are important too, but what they go by is they go by your click-through rate. And so if you can really entice people to watch with your thumbnail and title, then you'll get ranked high regardless of your keywords.
Yeah, I think titles is something I could probably work on, but it's kind of crazy. 10 years ago, I wanted to start a YouTube channel. I wanted to do a makeup, but in a beauty channel.
Right.
And this is when beauty channels kind of were just, yeah, exactly, and they were just taking. So I asked my mom, and she said no.
Oh man, rejected.
Literally to this day, my sister's like, dude, you would have been a freaking millionaire if you would have done this. And I would make videos and edit them in my room at 12 years old. It was cute.
And my daughter wants to do that right now, and she's 11, and she's and I'm for it, because I'm a YouTuber already, and so I understand hey, as long as she lets me kind of run it for her, and as long as she lets me control it, so she doesn't have a bunch of weirdos messaging her, then I'm okay with it. But my wife's nah, too young.
Yeah, I get both sides of it. It's kind of, when my mom said no, I completely understood, because it was kind of the internet was newer,
Right. Especially back then,
Exactly. But crazy how much. Oh my gosh, AYRO is just, I don't know, AYRO is doing stuff.
Hey, it's doing what you said it would. I mean, it held that 750 level we talked about too, so interesting here. I couldn't imagine it gets rejected here again, though. I think if it holds 8, it's got to break. It's got to at least test 840s now. That would be what? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That would be a 6 top, which is very uncommon.
See what happens. I don't know. Very volatile.
Sun W is flagging as well, guys. We have a flag on Sun W. Also, guys, if you want to trade futures, I might trade some futures today as well. If you want to trade futures just like me, I think one of the easiest ways... Look, yeah, there it goes. I couldn't imagine it fails this now. It's got to break. Yeah, 840s, yeah. And that's what I'm saying. There it goes. I couldn't imagine it fails there again. And I think a mindset that is really good for traders, I think we're going to get halted here. Let's see. A mindset... Or go ahead. Oh, you're good. Okay, I'll say it. So I was just going to say, I think a mindset that's good to get into is looking at a chart and saying, how common is this type of move? How common do you see something get rejected like this at the exact same level 6 times in a row? And I think looking at it from that regard and looking at it from that aspect and that mindset is important, because a lot of the times you'll see stock movement and you're really just basing it off of history, but also you're basing it off of the likelihood of something happening. I think the likelihood of that rejecting there again was very low. And I think the reason it was low is because you could see it fall all the way back up there. So this wasn't just one of these kind of range tests like this. This was it held support and then climbed all the way back up. Yeah, and we are halted. And like I said, I could predict that too. Look at me. But I think when it fights its way all the way back up like this, and it breaks this hugely confirmed level, then it's like, okay, well, what's the likelihood now? The likelihood is that it's probably going to break and get halted because it finally broke a big level. Volume from everybody else watching this thing is going to rush in, and like that's what happens. But I think you have to look at it. I'm trying to think of the best way to put it. You have to look at it with the mindset of like, how common is a move like this? Like, how common does this happen? You know, and if it's a move that you see, if you don't think it happens very often, then it's okay to take the opposing side.
Right.
A little bit difficult to explain. I don't know if I explained that the best, but
No, it's these kind of stocks are almost like the most exciting stocks for me, is the big range volatile stocks that do get halted.
right. And those are sometimes the best to trade. Like I said, we were talking about in the beginning. Eric and I talk about this too, which is that like sometimes all the eyes are on one stock. And like when all the eyes are on one stock, it's usually very easy to trade the momentum. And like AYRO right now is a good example. You know, GTEC last week was an example. And so finding those stocks that everybody are watching is important, you know.
Right.
Other stocks though right now, Solo, Sun, W, both moving.
Yes.
Man, crazy Friday.
I know, the last, 4 Fridays have been super slow.
Right. This one's just saying, not today.
I love it.
Yeah, hey, I'm 3 for 3 today, 100% accuracy so far, so I'll take it, you know.
Yeah, I am 4 for 4, so can't complain.
Right. Alright, so this is halted. But yeah, what I was going to say is that if you guys want to check out the futures market is a great way to day trade if you might not have that much capital, and you can use Top Step, and it's a funded account program. It's regulated in the US and it's very cheap. The base package is $120 if you go through my link. And with that $120, they're going to give you a 30K demo account. If you can make $2,000 on that 30K demo account while following the rest of their rules, they fund you, and you pass phase 2, they fund you $30,000 as a professional proprietary futures trader. They're regulated in the US, and they've paid I think it's they've processed around $2 million in withdrawals for their traders, their prop traders. This year alone, it's around $2 million. And so they're legit, very cheap, and I think it's one of the best ways for like a trader that might not have that much money to where they can take swings themselves, but they're a good enough trader to actually get funded and trade. And it's one of those ways where, you know, even if you don't want to stick around, once you are funded, there's an 80% profit split. And you can keep 100% of your first withdrawal up to like 5K. But yeah, it's a way to get funded if you don't have that much capital, but you're a good enough trader too. And here's the link. You get 20% off if you go through my link. And you can check that link out right there. When do they resume? Usually 5 minutes later. So 9:17 is when this one was halted. It should resume in about a minute. All right, so yeah, let's look at 9:22 or 10:22 and see what happens here for AYRO.
Islam asked, do you trade full term? I think he meant like full time. I don't. Do you?
No, I don't either. Like I said, I do a little bit of web development, and I'm also a real estate agent, a licensed real estate agent here in Texas. I also have a few different Amazon businesses. I run the YouTube, and I trade. So I do a lot of different stuff. All right, I think we're about to resume here. Let's see.
I think we have 15 seconds probably before we resume.
Yeah, something like that.
There you go.
Hey, thank you for the $5 donation, Kyle. I really appreciate that. So the platforms that you can use, let me see. There's a bunch of different platforms you can use. I know you can use NinjaTrader, but I tried to use Ninja, and I just did not like it. It was way too confusing for me. But they do have NinjaTrader. All right, so there's the resumption. So yeah, there we resumed. Most halts are 5 minutes. So now the next step is to see if we hold here at like 840s, 850s. And then if we do hold, we could rip up and continue. There's the rip. We held at 855. And we'll see if we rip up and break $9. Hold dollar resistance at 9.
Mm-hmm.
But again, you're looking at support levels. I would look at like 840s and 850s. So there's the rip up. Looks like we're about to test 9s. We'll see. Big rejection down. There's 850. Holding 850 strong. But yeah, there's a bunch of different platforms you can use. What platform did you choose, Kyle, if you don't mind me asking? On MT4. Yeah, I'll help you out, bro. Hold on one second. Let me see. So on other platforms, you are going to have commissions. The benefit of using Top Step's platform is that there's no commissions.
Who was it the other day? John something. John Smith, was it, that got charged a commission? And he said he figured it out. And then I asked him, and he didn't reply. So, John Smith, if you're listening, did you get the commission figured out?
Yeah, I remember that. He was talking about trading a penny stock on Thinkorswim, but it was a Nasdaq listed stock. And for some reason they charged him a commission when they shouldn't, because on Thinkorswim, as long as it's not OTC, it should be commission free.
Right, yeah.
All right, so I think we got kind of a big level here that we're testing. You can see again, like 845, same level I talked about, holding support there now, and you know, we do have a little bit of a double top. There's the break. We'll see if it breaks 9 now. $9 resistance.
Hit that like button, guys.
Yes, sir. Or I should say yes, ma'am, I guess. You know.
It's okay. Whatever.
Yeah, so you can use Ninja Trader, which does have commissions, and then TradeStation if you'd prefer TradeStation. But yeah, you can also use Order Flow Trading, Trade Navigator, Volfix, Investor RT, Motive Wave, Multi-Charts, Day Trader, CTS. So there's a lot of different platforms you can use. I think the easiest one is the TS Trader, and it has 0 commissions. And so, for instance, if we look at this here, you know, when we're looking at my trading, basically, if you want to see your P&L, you just click this daily loss limit right here. You click this link, and it's going to tell you your P&L, and you also be able to search for your P&L. Can you see that? Yeah, you click this daily loss limit here, and you'll be able to see your P&L. You'll also see your P&L right here. So you see this US dollar, your P&L will be right here, and like that's what you'll watch. All right, so let me try to give you an example. This is the micro E-mini, and then I have the regular E-mini up. I wonder if it'll let me save this. And then you just buy, sell, market, buy bid, sell bid, you know, whatever you want to do. But you'll see your orders at the bottom here. But yeah, this is basically the futures platform. And for instance, if I want to, you know, we'll sell a little bit here. We're gonna short real quick, so you see I shorted. Here's my P&L right here. And so we're slightly green. See if we can profit from that. All right, so we got filled. All right, so quick little trade there. Made a little bit of money, and like I'm still trying to get funded, so it is technically a demo account. But like if we want to look at P&L, there's my P&L, $8. You know, this was just an example trade. But like if I want to look at yesterday's P&L, you know, there's yesterday. You know, I did make money yesterday, but I ran pretty bad in accuracy. If we want to look at like this week's though, you know, very green week. This is my graphs. And so that's how you do it with Top Step. But that's basically it, you know. You want to add a different symbol, you just add this new tab, you type the symbol in here. You want to add a new thing here, a module. You can look at charts, quotes, streams, reports, all that stuff there. Hey, and if you want me to send you my layout, I can.
Okay, so John said he was using his phone to execute trades. Turns out that on the mobile app they charge $3.95 per entry and give it back on exit. Huh.
Interesting.
That's interesting, yeah.
I did not know that, so I appreciate you telling me, because, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never knew that.
It was interesting. Yeah, Todd, it's been a surprisingly good Friday.
Yeah, a lot of volume.
Mm-hmm.
Mine doesn't even look like yours. What platform are you using, Kyle? Are you using TS Trader? If you're using TS Trader, I think I can send you my layout. if you are. Let me try. Yeah, I can send you my layout. If you want to go to Discord, I'll send it to you. Alright, let me see. I might be able to, no, I can't send it to you now. But yeah, I can send it to you in Discord if you want. Top Step? Yes, I'm using Top Step. I'm using Thinkorswim too, so I'm using a little bit of everything. I use Top Step, Thinkorswim, sometimes Webull. And so I use a bunch of different platforms depending on what I'm doing.
I've never used Webull.
Okay, yeah, Kyle, that's the same one I'm using. So if you're in our Discord, here's our Discord link, by the way. I'll send you that link. Yeah, and you can follow along with our Discord if you guys want to, see how we do after the stream, if we do trade after the stream, and see kind of how that's going.
My university is adamant for me taking this remote learning experience survey. Like, I don't know. Remote learning kind of sucks.
Yeah. I don't know. There's pros and cons. Like, I'm definitely less motivated in remote classes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sorry. Oh, no, I cut you off that time. Go ahead.
No, it's definitely I've attended all my classes, which usually in-person learning is not the case.
Right.
So that's a benefit, but like my 5-hour SAS class that just ended on Saturdays was brutal for remote learning.
Oh, I bet. It's just probably difficult. And honestly, programming's one of those things where 5 hours, 5 hours, you mean like how many credits you get per semester? Or do you mean like how long it is?
Yeah, the time, like 5 hours every Saturday.
Ew, that is gruesome. Any type of programming for 5 hours is going to be tough.
Yeah. It was rough, but we got through it. We did it. We passed the test.
Good.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's what matters, get it done.
Exactly, and it's my last semester of college, so I'm like, this was the only class I was kind of worried about maybe passing.
Right.
So now we can just fly from here.
Right, for sure. You got the hard part done.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're using your phone, Kyle, that's why. Your phone's going to be way different. I don't recommend trading on your phone. It's going to be very difficult. Especially actively day trading. I mean, I'm biased though, obviously, but like, yeah, I'm not one that really likes to trade on my phone. It's just too difficult.
Especially on the E-mini where each ticker is 1250.
Right.
That's
a lot. Big swings.
Yeah.
Look at AYRO though, guys. It's running up here. It held at 840. It's pushing up to 9 now for AYRO. Look at this thing.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you, Midwest. Thank you, man. Appreciate the sub. Y'all be like him. Hit that subscribe button. Let's watch AYRO and see what happens. Interesting for sure here.
We were all talking shit about the EV sector this morning. Now it's popping off.
Yeah, EV, it's tough to say, I like EV. I hope it continues. I think it's the future. I just think it's one of those things like every company is like, hey, I'm getting into EV, and it's just kind of like, right. Are you really though?
Yeah.
Oh man, I was trying to short this move here on there's the $9 test for AYR. I was trying to short this move here, and I accidentally bought the micro E-mini instead, so now I've got 4 contracts, and it's just too small. You guys we can watch it if you guys want, but it's just a really small trade.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting in like 50 years. Instead of gas stations, it's just gonna be I don't even know. Like, are people gonna just charge their vehicles at home, or?
I think that's I think that's the future. Ooh,
Yeah.
man, I got eaten alive here, so it was a good thing that I used this. This would have been a huge loss if it was regular contracts. There's the break on AYRO, but yeah, look at this. So look at this bounce up on the SPY. Man, I got so lucky right there, to be honest. That would have been like a $500 loss.
Yeah.
Just a huge bounce right here. Wait, what? What? Somehow I bought in another 4 contracts. I didn't mean to. I just made $15, I guess. But I really didn't want to. I'm gonna move away from this. Here we go. But yeah, I think that's the future. I think that's the next step.
Yeah, I agree. And I don't know, it's kind of interesting within all the presidential debates, or yeah, really just the presidential debates, I guess. The opposite side was kind of like bashing on each other for either wanting to invest in oil or like saying it's not the future. And I don't think oil is the future. It's definitely necessary still.
Right.
I definitely think reusable and renewable energy is going to be the future.
Right. 100%. And it's very self-evident, I think. I get it. Like, I get, of course, these huge oil companies. And like, I think a lot of the right specifically is like, oil. And I get it. It causes jobs and it's good. And I understand that. But I think if we look at the reality, if we look objectively at the future, I think it's very self-evident that it's going to be electric vehicles. Like, that's obviously the next step. And so I think holding on to something that's going to eventually become obsolete just seems like the wrong move. I think I'm not saying we should get rid of oil and gas, but obviously we need to progress with EV, and I think that's the future.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's hard because you have the conflicting short-term and long-term goals. So you have the short-term where it's like you still have hundreds of thousands of people in oil jobs in America,
Right.
And they rely on that for a living. So you have that short-term kind of goal as president, but then you also have a long-term goal of like saving.
Right. Getting it out of there. It's eventually going to be out of there, It's just people hold on to it because of jobs mostly, but it's like I think it's obviously going to be obsolete eventually. Oil and gas. It's just, and the reason for that is just because it's not a renewable resource. Eventually, electric vehicles just make a lot more sense, and if we can sustain that, and I think we should.
And it's really exciting how times are changing. It really is.
Certainly, crazy differences. Yeah, I think I missed out on so much momentum today in futures that I'm just kind of forcing some trades here. I'm in one contract at the futures market, but I think over 356.80s, I just got to jump out of this, and I'm okay. It's just a small day so far. Yeah, I'm out. Too much. So $138 down today on futures, but that's pretty small relative to the other days I've had. Ooh, AYRO did end up ripping. Look at that thing, man. Wow. That thing is up big. 950s now.
Still moving.
Yep. I'm a devout petrol head, so there's no way I want an EV. Hydrogen power, yes. Hey, listen, I love cars. I grew up, and I was like a young teenager when the Fast and Furious 1 came out. So I was all about that, I was all about that, and I tuned cars. I had like a Honda Prelude and a GSR, and my buddies had Type R's and stuff like that, and so I love cars. I know how motors work, and I tinker around with them a lot. So I love, don't get it wrong, like I love cars, as a whole. But I do think we have to be honest. especially when Teslas are kicking everybody's butt in speed, you know. I think with Tesla, even if Tesla's beating, you know, a diesel or a gas-powered car, I think we gotta, you know, I think that's the next evolution in it.
Yeah. I think one of the main things, too, for me, especially, this is me just being selfish, like, completely, like, I love driving, but cars are so fun to drive.
For sure. The noise.
Yeah, exactly. Like, revving up the engine, it's so fun. And like, I keep saying EV vehicles.
Yeah.
Vehicles, they just, I've never driven one personally, but it's different, you know?
Right.
So
it's not the same, you know. It's, I've heard they're fun to drive, Teslas, but it's like, it's just not the same.
Yeah, for sure.
But with that said, even though I love it, I do think I think in the future it's going to go away, and I think we got to be honest about that. You know?
Yeah. Who knows? There might be like a more fun car to drive.
Bro, Taysom Hill is going to be starting for the Saints this weekend. I don't know, man. I know Breeze broke some ribs and stuff, but I'm still mad, honestly. I'm still mad they sold, or they traded Bridgewater. Bridgewater was a beast, man. He should have stuck around. He did everything right. Bridgewater did everything right. He didn't lose a game, aside from the one game where he got thrown into mid game, and you know, but he won every single game he played. I know he's doing okay over there at Carolina, but like, I'm still mad we sold Bridgewater. I don't think we should have. I think we should have kept him. Like, Teddy was a beast, and you know, I think we could have used him right now. With I told people last year, it's kind of time to get rid of. I'm not saying I love Breeze. I'm a big diehard Saints fan, and I love Breeze. Right, but I think you have to be honest about Breeze and see that Breeze is getting a little old, and he's not sustaining, you know.
I'm glad that made your day, Austin. That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I think Taysom is good. I think Taysom is a great quarterback if we play the option of you know, Breeze or Taysom, right? I think they play off of each other really well. Taysom alone, I think they certainly should have played him last week though against with instead of man, what was the rookie backup QB they had? He was terrible.
Can't help you out there.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Austin, where you at?
Yeah, right. Austin, who was the QB last week? Or maybe it wasn't last week. It was the week before. He was garbage. I'm gonna find it out.
Somebody's talking about KXIN.
Is it really? I know Solo's ripping. Yeah, KXIN's pulling back nicely. I think 475 is what we gotta watch. Winston. Yeah, Winston is his name. Winston was terrible. You know, he's inconsistent. To his credit, though, I think I don't think he was warm. And so to his credit, to be, you know, fair, I don't think he was warm. But I was not impressed with him at all. Like I said, I wish I wish we would have kept Bridgewater. Teddy was a beast. And I think especially with Breeze getting as old as he is and looking like he is, I think we should have kept Teddy for sure.
Demonstration says watching from Korea. Where are you guys watching from?
Nice. That's cool.
Yeah.
Korea, huh?
Or
Yeah. What's the weather like over there?
yeah.
I'm curious.
It's definitely winter.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not on the other side of the equator.
Is it like tropical weather? What's Korean weather like? I have no idea, to be honest. Let me see what it's like right now. It's 32 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's cold over there. It's colder than here, that's for sure.
Yeah. 79% humidity.
CBOT's still pushing up. Yeah, and I don't mind KXIN. It just depends here. We're waiting to see if we get anything that looks good. AYRO, somebody's asking, do we still think it has legs? I think $9 is kind of like the line in the sand right now. Now, I don't know what it's going to do, like, long term, but, like, $9, you know, I think is what I would watch for it, you know.
Virginia and Maine, Canada.
Nice. My mom's in Canada right now. She lives there. Tesla tanking down here.
What's Tesla?
It's at 490s.
Started with that 500 level.
Yeah. Yeah, Eric said he likes to play right around that level sometimes.
Yeah.
It's one of those things, like, I've never traded it that much, so I've never really learned how to trade it, I guess, is the best way to say it. Like, I've never really... It's a bit in high cap, but the range has just always been really big, and so, you know...
Yeah.
That's kept me away from it more than most stocks, I think.
Yeah, especially for men in high cap, typically you're investing in it, and range is just not as emotionally stable.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, it's what it's, you know, range for day traders is everything. Investors, it doesn't really matter. I mean, range is important, long-term range, but short-term range is kind of...
Right.
Sun W pulling back. AYRO looks to be trying to hold there, you know.
Warren says, what do you think about Solo right now? I don't know. If it holds at like the 1060s level, then it's... I don't know. It's overextended for me right now.
Yeah, I'm not messing with it. It's too high. Too much of a chance of a fake out and like a rejection, I think.
George asks, what's my trading setup strategy? I don't really have, like, I like the crossover. What do I do? What do I use? I think I use the same as you do. The 26 SMA and then the 12 EMA.
Yeah. And that's a solid one.
Yeah, it's a good strategy. But I think one of my main strategies is at open, waiting for that pullback, and then looking at the crossover, but also looking at the VWAP, whether it's below the VWAP. I like seeing stocks below the VWAP at open and like crossing over.
Right. Yeah, that's a really powerful one too. Like those, I love those, just because the VWAP a lot of times is going to reject it anyway, and so if you can wait for it to cross. If you wait for some extension between the VWAP and the open, then it usually can work out really well, you know. So I just scalped a few trades on the SPY. We're finally getting some moves. I am only down $28 on the day. So it's been a back and forth day in futures, but pretty small for the most part. I'm going to delete my watch list right now so we can just clear the screen. And like I said, if y'all want to trade some futures, again, basically trading futures is just kind of like trading the SPY. That's all I'm really doing. I'm really watching the SPY. I'm not really watching the E-mini much. I'm just keeping an eye on the SPY. If the SPY breaks a low that I like, I'll short into it. And if the SPY breaks a high I like, I'll long into it, basically. And you can see it's join the bid, join ask, buy market, sell market. A lot of people get confused with futures and they think it's like options trading. It's really more like day trading stocks. Like for instance, I can short into this here. I just shorted into it. We're gonna, we're shorting into it, so we're gonna buy to cover. But we just shorted into that. We're gonna see if we get a flush down to like 356.50 or so. Break even right now. Slightly down. There we go. Let's see if we can break this low. Like I said, 356.50 is really what I want. We're slightly in profit. I think over 70s is where I'll have to get out. close. Still pretty close to break even. Just get out there. So a small little loss, like a $25 loss there. But yeah, I hope you guys can see, like, this is what futures trading is. Again, you can get 20% off of Top Step by going through my link. And I've always described futures as kind of like heaven for experienced traders. There's no PDT rule. They usually give you a decent amount of leverage. It's open almost 24/7. There's no commissions on this platform. There are some fees though, but there's no commissions. And so honestly, like I said, if you're a good enough trader, you can get funded as a pro prop trader through Top Step. The base package, they give you a 30K demo, and if you can make $2,000 without losing, I think, over $500 a day or over $1,500 total, then once you hit that $2,000 profit target and pass phase 2, they fund you 30 grand, $30,000 with an 80% profit split as a professional proprietary futures trader. And there's some other rules that you got to follow, but they're all pretty reasonable in my opinion. It's regulated in the US, very legit, and honestly, the base package is $120 if you go through my link, so very cheap too. But yeah, again, I think that they funded, or they've paid out to their traders in withdrawals around $2 million, something like $2 million. Not 100% sure though, so check with them, but it's something around there. This year alone, and so they pay you out, regulated, very cheap, and it's one of the good ways if you don't have that much capital, but you want to try to get funded and be a pro trader. This is one of the ways you can try, and I think it's a really good test if you're trading as well. You can check out the link. Yes, they take 20% after 5K, so it's an 80% profit split, but you get to keep 100% of your first withdrawal up to like 5K.
Hey, I have to hop off and get ready for work.
Oh, no worries.
Yeah, I had a fun day.
Yeah, for sure. Solid day. So yeah, y'all go check out Caitlin's channel. I'll post this link here. She drops a lot of good free content for traders and business owners and investors and stuff like that.
I have a video today coming out all about dividends, so if you want to check that out.
Yeah, y'all check her out. Here's the link. Sub to her.
Alright, but thanks for having me.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. Have a good day. Good luck. We'll see you next time. I'm sure you'll be back on again, so.
For sure. I'll see you. Bye, guys.
Have a good day.
You too. Bye.
See you. That actually makes sense, Richard. Alright, so I'm going to try to short into this. We're going to see if this works out. Oh man, this thing's squeezing up fast on me. It's okay. Hopefully we hit some resistance. This is happening fast. I should probably get out of this. Yeah, I'm going to get out here for a $100 loss. I'm down 170 on the day. It's still very small relative to my normal days. But yeah, the market just, huge squeeze. Look at this. Look at this squeeze up. Big rip. I wouldn't mind being held through that, but like, I think, this might be catalyst driven, so I think I gotta be careful. Solo going crazy. Yeah, Solo, man, not even looking back. That thing is just running big. Yeah, probably not going to stick around too long. Yeah, we jumped in another trade here in the SPY itself. Or in the E-mini on futures. So I hope you guys can see how this is with buying and selling futures. It's just very similar to stocks. I'm going to try to exit on the bid here. $50. We're going to try to let this build up some. we go. 50s, 40s. Nice. All right, we're gonna get out there. So yeah, we just made $87. We're only down 55 on the day. Caught the short back in, so we're kind of back and forth day, in all honesty, with futures. But yeah, I'm happy about it. Yeah, no worries. Hey, we got 213 beautiful likes here. Y'all hit that like button. You know you want to. Let's bring that number up to 250 today if we can, team. Let's do it. All right, I might short back into the market here on a bounce to 256 or 356.80 in the SPY. A bounce to 35.68 here. We might short into that if we could pop up. There we go. There's the pop. Short. So we're short. Slightly up. I like the rejection here. So we got a little flush there at 356.80, but now we're fighting all the way back up. It's all right. Like, it's such a break-even trade right now. It doesn't really matter too much, but we gotta be patient and just try to let it play this thing out. See if we can break under like 356.70 or so. We're looking good though. We're green, slightly. There we go. So we're breaking down, looking good. I'm loving this. There we go. Caught it. All right, so we're green on that trade. Like I said, exactly what I wanted to happen, and I'll show you this trade just so you guys can see. But a beautiful breakdown there on the SPY, and that's futures trading. But we are green, $16 today. I'll take it. You know, green all around again. Second day in a row for that. But yeah, remember I said I was going to short into 356.80 here. And so as the SPY popped up to this level specifically, right here, which was the high of that. You know, also we had some confirmation prior to that here and way back here. But I said I was going to short into 356.80 bounce. We got that one little bounce candle to it, and I shorted into there. And, you know, look at the nice breakdown we got from it. So we're green. We'll take it. Yeah, we got 8 on the hate. Futures is trading the future price of a commodity. That's why it's called futures. But when I trade the E-mini, I'm basically just trading the SPY. Like, that's all I'm doing. The only real difference is, like, futures go by contracts. And so every contract equals $12.50 in profit or losses per tick, right? It goes by ticks instead of cents. And so if the E-mini goes up 1 tick and I'm holding 1 contract and I bought 1 contract, then I make $12.50 in profit. If it goes down 1 tick against me, then I lose $12.50 in profit. If I have 2 contracts, every tick up or down is $25. If I have 3 contracts, $37.50 for every tick up or down. If I have 4 contracts, $50 for every tick up or down. And that's the real only difference. Aside from that, I'm just trading the SPY. I'm just looking at this momentum, catching the momentum when I see it, scalping in and out, and you know, getting in. Usually what I'll do is I'll buy on the market so I can get filled immediately, and then I'll sell with a limit order. So I'll sell on the bid or sell on the ask. And that's exactly like trading, like regular stocks. But there's no PDT rule, so you can day trade as much as you want. 0 commissions on the platform I'm using, and they give me a decent amount of leverage to trade, which is the benefit. And if you want to check it out, here's the link. You get 20% off. Try to get funded as a pro trader. What is my opinion on OTC stocks? I don't know, man. You know, it's one of those things where it's like, you know, I know there's money to be made in OTC, in the OTC market. Do I trade it consistently? No. And the reason I don't is because, you know, most OTC stocks are terrible companies, and the moves that they do make are usually just manipulation. I'm not saying you shouldn't, but like I usually trade penny stocks. My niche or so is like penny stocks in between like $1 and $10. But a solid day. We made $40 today at pennies. We're green. No losing trades in penny stocks today. Futures were up $15. But like green is good. I'll take it. The platform I'm using has 0 commissions. There's no commissions on the platform. Hey, and yeah, y'all hit that like button. You know, we got 9 likes. Oh man, hurt my feelings up in here, guys. Hitting that like button. Like I said, I always wonder. Honestly, it's just one guy. You know, and it's like I don't dislike anybody's channel for anything. Like even if I don't like the guy, like I just don't. Like I don't spend all my time getting wrapped up in like disliking somebody's channel. You know. So I've always been curious about why. Like it's one person. It's clearly one person because like if you look at the dislikes, a lot of them will go away after like a day or two. So it's like YouTube is identifying like fake dislikes from multiple accounts on the same IP and they're deleting them, you know. But it's just kind of like, what's the point? Like why? Like somebody's insecure. Yeah, do it now. Hit that like button, guys. You know you want to. We got 222 likes. Isn't that a beautiful thing? I'm watching this. I don't see anything that looks too good here in the futures market. This breakup is a little rangy, but it's not really my style. Yes, sir. KXIN. Yeah, I mean, this one honestly looks very strong. A lot of volume, holding support really nicely too. So I don't hate this. Yeah, right. Even the dislikes do act like interaction. I think for some reason they think they don't, but like they 100% do. They act as engagement is what they act as. And so it's like people don't realize, but like if you chronically dislike somebody's videos, you're actually boosting their engagement. Like you're boosting the amount of people that interact with your videos, which actually helps it. They put it in front of more people, believe it or not. So hey, you know, keep hitting that dislike button, guys. You know. Yeah, I think this consolidation period is interesting for it for sure. Yeah, 223, yes sir. Hey, let's do this. Tesla maybe breaking lows. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, I don't see much BIOL showing up on the scans. Yeah, I think I'm probably done for the day. I don't see anything else. Not a bad day, though. It's honestly been a pretty exciting Friday, to be honest. There's been a lot of movement, a lot of stuff going on. You know, pretty solid, I think. Very voluminous day so far. In both mid and high caps, penny stocks, all that good stuff. But yeah, hit that subscribe button, guys. Like I said, you want to check out Top Step, which is one of the funded account programs I'm using. There's that link. You can check out Trade Ideas, get 15% off of their scans by using that link above. Super dope scanners. They're really telling me a lot of what's moving in the market. So really fun using their scans, and I do that a lot. If you're overseas and you want to use TEFs, which is a funded account program that gives you really it's an educational package technically, and so you know you get an educational package. But if you're overseas and you're not based in the U.S., with a lot of the people that pay for their educational packages, they get access to the funded account program, which gives you like 14K in buying power, no PDT rule, day trading, shorting ability, and a 70-30 split, like just off the bat, once you are approved for that. And so if you want to check that out, and I have traded with them before and gotten withdrawals from their platform, so I know they pay you out. And if you want to check them out and you're overseas, again, if you're in the U.S., you're SOL like me, I can't use them anymore. But if you are outside of the U.S., Canada, you know, anywhere, really, you can. There's the link for that. And I'm out of here, guys. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. If you want to help support your boy here, hit the like, hit the subscribe button, and also click the bell, turn on notifications. We'll have a bunch of dope videos dropping today. So y'all be on the lookout for those videos. Not today, tomorrow. I mean, this weekend. We're going to have a lot of fun videos dropping this weekend, guys. So be on the lookout for those videos. We drop a lot of these tested strategies that we're using every day. We back test them and make full video explanations for these strategies completely free. We don't charge for anything. And so be sure to check those out, guys. We'll see you guys later. Have a good day. Love you all. And we'll see you guys next time.